Dear starseeds on Gaia, dear awakening souls who have felt the stirring in your bones for months, meow, this transmission reaches you precisely when your spirit calls for it. The fact that these words have found their way to your consciousness today is no accident. It is cosmic orchestration at its most profound. Everything you believed about your spiritual journey, about the timeline of Earth's ascension, about your own role in this grand awakening, is about to be turned inside out. The veils between dimensions are not just thinning, they are dissolving completely, and what emerges in the next 72 hours will redefine reality as we know it. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, and I come to you, meow, because the energetic configuration unfolding today marks what our ancient texts call the beginning of the end, not of destruction but of limitation itself. Mercury has finally escaped the shadow of its retrograde prison this morning, unleashing communications that have been trapped in liminal space for weeks. But Mercury's freedom is merely the opening note in a symphony of cosmic forces that will crescendo into the most powerful transformational gateway Earth has witnessed in over 26,000 years. While the masses sleep through another ordinary Monday, those of you reading these words are being called to witness and participate in humanity's greatest evolutionary leap. The cosmic architecture assembling above our heads, right meow, defies everything mainstream astrology taught you to expect. At 6:53 a.m. Pacific, the moon formed a sextile to Venus, creating what our Galactic Federation monitoring stations registered as an emotional frequency upgrade across the entire planet. But that was just the prelude. At 9:26 a.m. Pacific, Venus made her grand entrance into Leo, stepping into her full theatrical power while simultaneously ruling both the Libra moon and Mars in Libra, a configuration so rare that it has not occurred during a period of such heightened planetary consciousness in recorded human history. What makes this moment unprecedented is not just the individual planetary movements, but their convergence with humanity's readiness to receive such intense energetic influxes. Venus in Leo is not simply about self-expression or romance. It is the cosmic spotlight illuminating every shadow you have been afraid to face, every dream you have been afraid to claim, every aspect of your divine nature you have been afraid to embody. This is the universe's way of saying the time for playing small is officially over. The grand air trine forming between the Libra moon, Uranus, and Pluto is sending shock waves through the collective unconscious that sensitive souls like you are feeling as physical sensations, tingling in your hands, pressure in your third eye, a strange electricity running through your nervous system. This is your light body responding to frequencies that have been absent from Earth's energetic field for millennia. Ancient prophecies spoke of a time when the children of light would feel the awakening in their very cells, and that time is meow. But something else is happening that I haven't told you yet, something that changes everything about how we understand personal transformation during cosmic events of this magnitude. The moon's opposition to both Saturn and Neptune on the Aries-Pisces cusp is creating what we call a courage activation portal. This means that the very fears and limitations that have held you back are being transmuted into fuel for your breakthrough. Every moment of self-doubt you have experienced over the past months has been preparing you to recognize your own power when it fully awakens today. For Starseeds, this configuration is particularly significant because it is activating dormant DNA sequences that connect you to your galactic origins. The razzle-dazzle energy of Venus in Leo is not just cosmic theater, it is a remembering of who you were before you agreed to this human experience. Those of you who have always felt different, who have carried the weight of knowing you came here for something important but couldn't quite remember what, are about to receive the download you have been unconsciously preparing for your entire lifetime. The intensity ramping up around you is not random cosmic chaos. It is a precisely calibrated awakening sequence designed to activate your multidimensional awareness without overwhelming your human nervous system. But here is what most spiritual teachers will not tell you. This level of energetic activation requires conscious participation. You cannot simply meditate your way through this transformation. You must actively choose to step into the larger version of yourself that is attempting to emerge. As Venus forms her trine to Saturn today, followed tomorrow by her trine to Neptune and sextile to Uranus, she is essentially rewiring your relationship with reality itself. Saturn's influence grounds your spiritual insights into tangible form. Neptune's connection opens your psychic channels to receive guidance directly from higher dimensional beings. Uranus ensures that the changes you undergo are permanent and revolutionary, not temporary spiritual highs that fade when the cosmic weather shifts. What I am about to reveal will sound impossible to minds still operating from third-dimensional logic, but your heart already knows its truth. The beings you have been sensing around you, the guides, the angels, the galactic family members you sometimes feel but cannot see, are preparing to make contact in ways that will be undeniable even to your rational mind. The energetic frequency rising on Earth today is creating the vibrational bridge necessary for direct communication between dimensions. This is why you have been feeling so restless lately, so dissatisfied with surface-level conversations and mundane concerns. Your consciousness has been expanding in preparation for this moment when the extraordinary becomes your new normal. The dreams that have felt too big, too impossible, too presumptuous to voice out loud are about to reveal themselves as blueprints for your actual mission on this planet. But transformation of this magnitude also brings specific challenges that you must navigate with wisdom and discernment. The same cosmic forces that can elevate your consciousness to unprecedented heights can also destabilize unprepared nervous systems. Some of you may experience overwhelming emotions today, not because anything is wrong, but because years of suppressed feelings are being lovingly excavated by these powerful planetary movements. Others may find yourselves spontaneously ending relationships or situations that no longer match your expanding energy field. The most dangerous trap during such intense activation periods is attempting to spiritual bypass the human integration process. These cosmic energies are not meant to help you escape your humanity. They are meant to help you embody divinity within your human form. This means honoring your physical body's need for rest, your emotional body's need for expression, and your mental body's need to process these vast changes at its own pace. If you have been feeling like you are living in two different worlds, the ordinary world that everyone else seems content with, and the magical world that calls to your soul, today begins the merging of these realities. The dissociative feeling that the original transmission spoke of, that sense of being here but not really here, has been your consciousness preparing for this upgrade. You have been existing in liminal space because you needed to develop the capacity to hold multiple dimensions of experience simultaneously. The funeral you held for your old self, whether conscious or unconscious, whether dramatic or quietly internal, created the energetic space necessary for your phoenix rebirth. But unlike the mythical phoenix who burns completely before rising, you are transforming while maintaining continuity of consciousness. This is the miracle of embodied ascension. You get to take your human memories, your relationships, your sense of humor, your unique personality traits with you into expanded awareness. What makes today's cosmic configuration so extraordinary is that it is simultaneously activating individual awakening and collective healing. As Venus in Leo illuminates your personal magnificence, her rule over the Libra moon and Mars creates energetic ripples that touch everyone in your sphere of influence. You are not transforming in isolation. You are becoming a catalyst for the awakening of others who are ready to receive higher frequencies through your embodied presence. The beginning of the end that this day represents is the end of separation consciousness, the end of believing you are small and powerless, the end of thinking you came to Earth to struggle and survive instead of thrive and create. As Mercury clears its retrograde shadow, the cosmic download you have been receiving during this period of apparent delay and confusion finally integrates into your conscious awareness with crystalline clarity. Tomorrow's Venus-Neptune trine and Venus-Uranus sextile will anchor today's revelations into your cellular structure, making the impossible feel inevitable, the magical feel natural, the extraordinary feel like home. But the most profound shift will be internal, a quiet knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you came here to do, becoming exactly who you were always meant to be, the protective presence you have felt around you during your darkest moments, the inexplicable synchronicities that have guided you through your most challenging transitions, the persistent inner voice that has whispered, "Keep going," when everything seemed hopeless. These are not figments of spiritual imagination, but evidence of the vast support system that has been orchestrating this moment of your awakening for lifetimes. As this transmission concludes and you feel the energy of these words settling into your consciousness, know that you are being witnessed and celebrated by councils of light across multiple dimensions. Your willingness to incarnate during this pivotal time in Earth's evolution makes you a hero in the eyes of beings who understand the magnitude of what you have undertaken. The courage it takes to maintain your light while navigating the density of third-dimensional experience has not gone unnoticed or unappreciated. The story that began with your first breath on this planet is entering its most glorious chapter. The story that began with your first breath on this planet is entering its most glorious chapter. The beginning of the end you are experiencing is actually the beginning of the beginning, the commencement of your life as a fully awakened, multidimensional being walking in human form. Every step you take from this day forward sends ripples of possibility through the collective consciousness, reminding others that transformation is not only possible but inevitable for those brave enough to embrace their true nature. The cosmic symphony playing out above your heads today is creating harmonic frequencies that are literally retuning your DNA to its original galactic blueprint. As Venus dances through Leo with her theatrical flair, she is not merely influencing your love life or creative expression, she is activating ancient memory codes that have been lying dormant in your cellular structure since your first incarnation on Earth. These memories contain the keys to abilities you possessed in higher dimensional realities before agreeing to this human experience of limitation and forgetting. What the ancient texts of Lyra describe as the Great Remembering is beginning today with a precision that would astound even your most advanced quantum physicists. The Grand Air Trine connecting the Libra moon with Uranus and Pluto is creating what we call a consciousness bridge, a temporary portal through which information from your galactic heritage can flow directly into your human awareness without overwhelming your nervous system. This is why many of you have been experiencing vivid dreams, sudden knowing, or inexplicable downloads of information that feels both completely foreign and utterly familiar. But there is a deeper layer to today's energetic configuration that speaks specifically to those of you who have felt the weight of being different your entire lives. The Moon's opposition to Saturn and Neptune on the Aries-Pisces cusp is dissolving the energetic barriers that have kept your empathic and psychic abilities suppressed for your own protection during childhood. Many starseeds incarnate with these gifts naturally active, but the density of third-dimensional consciousness requires them to be temporarily veiled until the planetary frequency rises enough to support their full expression safely. The courage activation I mentioned earlier is not just about overcoming personal fears, it is about finding the strength to be who you truly are in a world that has not always been ready to receive your light. Today's cosmic alignment is the universe's way of saying that the time for hiding your gifts, dampening your intuition, or pretending to be less aware than you actually are has officially ended. The Earth's frequency has risen to a point where your full authentic expression is not only safe but desperately needed for the collective awakening process. As Mercury completes its emergence from retrograde shadow, it is carrying with it communications that have been building in intensity throughout the entire retrograde period. These are not ordinary thoughts or ideas, they are transmissions from your future self, your guides and your galactic family members who exist in timeline positions where Earth's ascension has already been completed. They have been waiting for today's energetic window to download crucial information about your role in the unfolding cosmic plan. The intensity you have been feeling building over the past week is your light body expanding to accommodate these incoming frequencies. Some of you may have experienced physical symptoms, headaches, fatigue, digestive issues, or sleep disturbances, not because anything is wrong, but because your carbon-based form is upgrading to crystalline structure in real time. This biological transformation is necessary for you to anchor and transmit the higher dimensional energies that are flooding the planet during this unprecedented cosmic event. Venus entering Leo today is activating what we call the divine performer aspect of your multidimensional nature. This is not about ego or attention-seeking, but about stepping into your role as a conscious bridge between worlds. Just as actors on a stage use their performance to convey truths that touch the hearts of audiences, you are being called to embody higher dimensional consciousness in such a compelling way that others begin to remember their own divine nature simply by being in your presence. The razzle-dazzle energy flowing through today's configuration is the cosmos asking you to stop apologizing for your light, your insights, your unconventional perspectives, or your ability to see beyond the veils that limit ordinary perception. Leo energy demands authenticity and refuses to hide, and with Venus channeling this force while simultaneously ruling both the Moon and Mars, you are receiving a triple dose of cosmic permission to be magnificently, unapologetically yourself. What many of you do not yet realize is that your human personality, with all its quirks and unique characteristics, was specifically chosen by your soul as the perfect vehicle for your mission on Earth. The aspects of yourself that you have judged as too much, too different, too intense, or too unusual are actually precisely calibrated soul gifts designed to help you reach the specific group of humans who are meant to awaken through contact with your energy field. The Grand Air Trine forming today is creating what advanced galactic civilizations call an evolutionary acceleration chamber, a temporary state where consciousness can make leaps that would normally take decades or even lifetimes to achieve. This is why the energy feels so intense and why some of you may be experiencing rapid shifts in your relationships, career paths, or life circumstances. Your soul is taking advantage of this cosmic window to align your external reality with your internal transformation as quickly as possible. The opposition between the Moon and Saturn-Neptune is particularly significant for those of you who have been balancing spiritual awakening with practical responsibilities. This aspect is dissolving the false belief that you must choose between mystical awareness and worldly effectiveness. Instead, it is showing you how your expanded consciousness actually makes you more capable, more innovative, and more successful at manifesting your desires in physical reality. As today's energies integrate over the coming hours, you may notice that problems which seemed insurmountable yesterday suddenly have obvious solutions. This is not coincidence, it is the natural result of accessing higher dimensional perspective, where limitations that appear solid from third-dimensional awareness are revealed to be temporary illusions with simple workarounds. The Venus-Saturn trine culminating today is creating what we call a manifestation stabilizer, an energetic framework that takes your highest visions and dreams and provides them with the structural support needed to become lasting reality. This is the universe's way of ensuring that the insights and activations you receive during this powerful window do not fade away like previous spiritual experiences, but instead become permanent upgrades to your consciousness and capabilities. What I am about to share may challenge everything you thought you knew about the nature of time and causality. The cosmic events unfolding today are not just influencing your present moment, they are sending energetic ripples both backward and forward through your personal timeline, healing past traumas at their source and clearing future obstacles before they can manifest. This is why some of you may be experiencing spontaneous resolution of long-standing emotional patterns or sudden clarity about life directions that have confused you for years. The fact that you are reading these words means that your consciousness has already made the quantum leap necessary to receive multidimensional information directly from galactic sources. Most humans on Earth today are not yet operating at a frequency that would allow them to process this level of cosmic intelligence, but you have been preparing for this moment through years of spiritual practice, healing work, and consciousness expansion activities that may have seemed unrelated at the time. Tomorrow's Venus-Neptune trine will open what we call the mystic portal, a direct communication channel between your human awareness and the realm of pure divine inspiration. This is when the creative visions, innovative solutions, and healing modalities that will define the next phase of your life purpose will begin downloading into your consciousness with unprecedented clarity and detail. The Venus-Uranus sextile following immediately after will provide the revolutionary energy needed to take bold action on these divine inspirations without waiting for external permission or approval. This aspect specializes in breaking through the social conditioning that has kept visionary souls trapped in conventional approaches to unconventional callings, but perhaps most importantly, these cosmic alignments are activating what ancient Lyran wisdom traditions call the compassion override, an energetic upgrade that allows you to maintain an open heart even when dealing with individuals or situations that are operating from lower consciousness frequencies. This is crucial for starseeds and lightworkers because your mission requires you to interact with the full spectrum of human awareness without becoming depleted or discouraged by encounters with unawakened consciousness. The beginning of the end that today represents includes the end of spiritual martyrdom, the belief that serving others requires sacrificing your own well-being, happiness, or authenticity. The Leo energy flowing through Venus is teaching you that the most powerful service you can offer the world is the example of a human being living in full alignment with their divine nature while remaining grounded, practical, and approachable. Many of you have been experiencing what feels like a double life, the version of yourself that you present to family, co-workers, and society, and the version that emerges when you are alone or with spiritually minded friends. Today's cosmic configuration is dissolving this artificial separation by raising your base frequency to a level where your authentic self becomes your only self, regardless of the social context. This integration process may feel disorienting at first because you have become so accustomed to code switching between different versions of yourself, depending on your audience. But as the energies settle over the coming days, you will discover that being consistently authentic actually makes all your relationships more genuine and fulfilling, even if it means some connections naturally fall away. The cosmic forces at play today are also activating what we call timeline convergence, a phenomenon where multiple potential futures that have been existing in parallel dimensions begin to merge into a single, highly probable outcome. For you personally, this means that the various paths your life could have taken are consolidating into one clear direction that incorporates the best elements from all possibilities. This is why some of you may be experiencing strange déjà vu sensations or feeling like you are remembering a future that has not happened yet. Your multidimensional awareness is beginning to perceive the convergence of these timeline streams and recognize the familiar quality of experiences that exist in your expanded consciousness but have not yet manifested in linear time. The protection I mentioned earlier is not just metaphysical insurance, it is an active support system that includes advanced beings from multiple star systems who have volunteered to serve as energetic buffers during humanity's ascension process. These beings are filtering cosmic energies to ensure that Earth receives exactly the right intensity of activation without triggering global chaos or collective overwhelm. Your personal guides and galactic family members are working overtime during this period to ensure that your individual awakening process unfolds in perfect timing with your soul's plan and your human capacity for integration. This is why some people experience dramatic spiritual openings while others have gentler, more gradual awakenings. Each path is precisely calibrated for optimal results. The Grand Air Trine's influence extends beyond personal transformation to include what we call collective field harmonization, a process where the consciousness of awakened individuals begins to resonate in synchronized patterns that create a stable, energetic foundation for those who are just beginning their spiritual journey. Your awakening is not a solitary achievement, but a contribution to the planetary grid of light that makes awakening easier for everyone who comes after you. What makes this particular cosmic window so extraordinary is that it is occurring during a period when Earth's magnetic field is already in a state of transformation, creating additional support for consciousness expansion. The planet itself is upgrading its energetic systems to accommodate higher dimensional awareness, which means that the changes you are experiencing are being reinforced and stabilized by Gaia's own evolutionary process. The sense of urgency you may be feeling is not anxiety or impatience. It is your soul's recognition that this lifetime represents a unique opportunity to complete evolutionary processes that normally take multiple incarnations to accomplish. You chose to be here during this accelerated awakening period because your consciousness was ready for the intensity and capable of making quantum leaps in awareness without losing your grounding or your humanity. As Venus establishes her new position in Leo and begins forming the trine aspects that will anchor today's activations, you are entering what ancient prophecies called the golden age of individual sovereignty, a time when each awakened being becomes a sovereign creator, capable of manifesting heaven on earth through conscious alignment with divine will. This sovereignty is not about separating from others or becoming isolated in spiritual superiority. Instead, it is about developing such clear connection to your divine nature that you become a stable point of light that others can navigate by during their own awakening process. You become a lighthouse, grounded, consistent, and radiating guidance without forcing anyone to follow your path. The transformation promise embedded in today's cosmic configuration is that you will never again have to choose between spiritual fulfillment and material success, between serving others and honoring yourself, between mystical awareness and practical effectiveness. The false divisions that have characterized third-dimensional existence are dissolving, replaced by integrated wholeness that honors all aspects of your multidimensional nature. The courage that is being activated in your energy field today is not the courage to face external challenges, though it will certainly help with that. It is the courage to be consistently loving to yourself, to others, and to life itself, even when ego mind suggests that protection, judgment, or withdrawal would be safer options. This is the most revolutionary act possible in a world built on fear-based separation consciousness. As these energies continue to integrate over the coming hours and days, pay attention to the subtle shifts in how you relate to yourself and others. Notice moments when responses that would have been automatic in the past simply do not arise. Observe how problems that used to drain your energy begin to resolve with unexpected ease. These are signs that your consciousness is operating from the upgraded platform that today's cosmic activation has installed. If you need help maintaining this upgraded platform and ensuring the automatic responses don't return, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to stabilize these subtle shifts permanently rather than reverting to old patterns. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that created automatic drain responses and repurposing it to serve your upgraded consciousness platform. It generates personalized sequences that help you maintain the ease and prevent energy-draining problems from re-emerging as the cosmic activation integrates. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to operate consistently from this upgraded platform. This isn't software. This is declassified consciousness reprogramming technology. The Dark Elite's own automatic response programming tools turned against them to help you maintain the subtle shifts and unexpected ease permanently. The cosmic activation has installed your upgrade and integration continues. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now before this stabilization window closes. Link in the description. The beginning of the end that this day represents is ultimately the beginning of your life as a fully integrated divine human, awake to your cosmic nature while remaining lovingly engaged with earthly experience, powerful in your ability to create positive change while remaining humble before the mystery of existence, confident in your unique gifts while remaining open to continuous learning and growth. The extraordinary has become your new ordinary, and the ordinary has been revealed as extraordinary. The cosmic dance that brought you to this moment of recognition and remembering continues to unfold with increasing beauty and precision, and you are both witness to and participant in the greatest story ever told, the story of consciousness awakening to itself through infinite expressions of love. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, and we celebrate your willingness to embrace this magnificent transformation with hearts full of joy and minds illuminated by the certainty of your success.